In the Nepal we see today, there are thousands of untold struggles buried beneath history. But some struggles don't just change one family, they change generations. And this is one of those stories. A story born in the far west mountains of Nepal, in a village so remote. There were no roads, no schools, no hospitals, not even hope. People there didn't live for dreams. They lived just to survive. And in that forgotten village, in the year 1997, a child was born. His name was Lal Bahadur. A leaking mud house, a straw roof shaking in the wind, smoke filling the kitchen, rain dripping through broken walls. Poverty everywhere, but inside that little house, there was love, a family, 2 mothers, and 1 father, a man built by struggle, a father who worked until his body broke, but never let his dreams die. Days were spent in the fields. At night, his body collapsed, but his heart stayed awake. Then one day, inside that tiny smoke-filled house, a baby boy was born, and for one brief moment, poverty disappeared. That day, they felt richer than kings. Dindo was cooked. Gundrik soup was prepared. Relatives gathered. Smiles filled the house. And the little boy was named Lal Bahadur. Nobody knew it then, but history had quietly entered that home, because this child would one day change everything. But Nepal back then was not the Nepal of today. Education was not for poor people. School felt like something only rich families could dream about. Children born in poverty did not grow up with books. They grew up with burdens. And Lal Bahadur was no different. He carried grass, firewood, heavy loads, and hardship before he even understood life. That was childhood, and life was cruel. When harvest season came, the family had to walk 4 days through dangerous mountains just to sell grain in town. And with that money, they bought in enough to survive. Lal Bahadur's father made that journey often, and every time he reached town, something happened inside him. He saw educated people, the way they spoke, the confidence in their eyes, the dignity in their walk. Their lives felt different, and one thought began haunting him. So this is what education can do. What if my son could study too? That question slowly became a dream. But dreams are expensive in the mountains. Cliffs, hunger, heavy loads, bleeding feet, exhaustion, pain. His burden was heavier than everyone else's. People said he was stronger than any man in the village. One day, while traders were weighing grain loads, his load came out the heaviest of all. The trader laughed and said, "You're not a man, you're a mountain giant." And from that day, the village gave him a name, Padhaan, but nobody understood. The weight he carried was not just grain, it was a family's future. Every time he returned home, little Lal Bahadur would run toward him, laughing, holding onto his father, excited by tiny clothes, small food items, little gifts from town. And every time, the father smiled outside, but broke inside, because at night, sitting silently beside the fire, he kept asking himself, will my son live the same life? Will he carry the same pain? And then, one night, he made a decision, a dangerous decision, a decision bigger than poverty. My son will study, no matter what it costs. That was not just a father speaking. That was rebellion, a rebellion against poverty, against illiteracy, against fate itself. But the village didn't understand. The mothers cried, because for the first time, their little child was being sent far away. Lal Bahadur himself didn't fully understand, but his father did, because fathers see futures their children cannot. And so, Lal Bahadur left home, sent to the district town for education. No family, no relatives, no comfort, only struggle, hunger, loneliness, homesickness, pain. But Lal Bahadur did not give up, because behind him stood a father's dream. Days passed, years passed, and one day, the impossible happened. Lal Bahadur passed grade 8. That day, the family cried, but these were not tears of sorrow. These were tears of victory, because for the first time, a poor father's dream had won. For the first time, someone returned to that village, carrying the light of education. But this was not the end. This was only the beginning, because the dream of a poor father was about to become history.